E-Ray Taronic here, master weaver of mystery suspense thrillers as well as broadcaster of Astrology. Here to bring you your daily astrological update for Saturday, July the 5th, 2025. Should you need to utilize my services for natal chart analysis, tarot card readings, freelance writing services, or video synopsis, I can be reached at mentalchattermusings@gmail.com. If you like anthologies, don't forget to check out VANIISHED. Within the anthology, you get one story with 7 different alternate endings crafted by 7 different authors. We'd love to hear what you think, so check it out. If you want to sign up for my monthly newsletter, you can find the link in the comment section on my YouTube channel or within the Facebook post on my astrology page that goes out on my Facebook page, on the astrology post that I put out every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. My bad, I be trying to talk on autopilot. Let's get into the astrology. Okay, now today at 2:45 p.m., that's when the sun will shift from 13 degrees of Cancer to 14 degrees of Cancer, and it will remain there for 24 hours. Under that 24 hours, the energies, one can be lazy, unless you are like granting someone some type of assistance, offer, or opportunity, then you can be coming out of your laziness. If you're receiving a blessing, this is a blessing where you can be lazy. If it's a challenge, then the challenge is you need to not be lazy, and put in some type of effort, but it all depends on where your placements are. Under these energies, one can be petty, nasty, mean-spirited, or just have that kind of disposition, especially if you square these energies. So where you square these energies, you need to put in more effort, not be lazy, not be mean, not be petty, and things of that nature. Those with a lack of skills may still obtain the position that they want through being cunning, manipulative, or some type of deceptive planning, or strategic planning. That's how they're getting their way. This affects placements between 11 and 17 degrees of any sign. Scorpio and Pisces placements see the blessings as it pertains to shared finances, sex, your passion pursuits, endings, new beginnings, secrets, sacrifices being made, being in your solitude or coming out of your solitude. Taurus and Virgo placements within that 11 to 17 degrees is where you are granting someone assistance or an opportunity, or they're offering it to you. And that will deal with your wealth, your worth, your resources, your work, your health, your daily routines, or where you are of service to another person. Capricorn placements oppose these energies. So if you have Capricorn placements between 11 and 17 degrees, you're directly challenged with, not being lazy, mean, petty, cunning, manipulative, deceptive, things of that nature. Although there may be a situation where you need to use a smart strategy. So it doesn't all, necessarily have to be negative, but where you have placements between that 11 and 17 degrees, just work on doing better. Aries and Libra placements between 11 and 17 degrees in your chart is where a challenge is posed as well regarding some type of relationship or partnership, whether it's in home and family or career. You could be dealing with someone that is like this, or you are being cunning, manipulative, strategic, deceptive, lazy, mean, and or petty, and you're trying not to. Okay? Aquarius and Sagittarius placements within that 11 to 17 degrees is where fate and karma is playing out in your chart. That has to do with friends, goals, social groups, education, long distance travel, dealing with someone at a distance from you, or what you think and preach. Gemini placements and Leo placements in your chart between 11 and 17 degrees is where you have to initiate assistance or opportunities, come out of being lazy and things of that nature. That deals with your locale, your neighbors, your neighborhood, short distance travel, your networks of people, romance, children, fun, creative endeavors. And this could be something Like, it doesn't have to be as drastic as it sounds. This could be something as simple as, if you have Gemini and Leo placements in your chart between 11 and 17 degrees, maybe you're taking the initiative to, like, a new neighbor moved in and you're going over their house to meet them, taking a pie over there, whatever, depending on what you do in your neighborhood. It could be something as small as that, So everything doesn't have to be detrimental. Anyway, that's going on all day. Moving along, while that's going on, Venus in Gemini at 1 degree will be sextiling Saturn in Aries today. So this pertains to romance, finances, or pleasure pursuits, where you have placements between 0 and 4 degrees of Aries, Aquarius, Gemini, and or Leo. You are affected by these energies. And this is an opportunity or assistance that helps you to overcome a restriction. Even a responsibility, you could be taking on a responsibility. But either way, these energies are brave, generous, bold, showy, and honest. Success and fairness can be had, and obstacles can be overcome. A higher level or higher position or honors can also be had. Here, one is definitely prepared to stand up for themselves and others, but respecting others is essential under these energies. Avoid brutally imposing your beliefs on other people. This also can be an opportunity to overcome a fall from grace regarding finances, romance, or pleasure pursuits. Okay. Let's see. Like, for instance, if you weren't able to go out and do anything, now this is an opportunity to do that, to go out and have fun. If it's got to do with romance and you had a fall from grace, or you haven't had an opportunity, for romance or making money, this is that opportunity. You have the opportunity today to overcome, wherever you have placements between 0 and 4 degrees of Aquarius, Gemini, Leo, and Aries. Now, blessings can also be had for, I'd say, Libra and Sagittarius placements as well within those degrees. Now, by 1:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the moon in Scorpio at 16 degrees will join Juno retrograde. So, but if you have placements between 13 and 19 degrees in your chart, you're affected by these energies as it pertains to a marriage, a promise, or a commitment. Under these energies, one can be kind, selfless, and tactful. One may alleviate another's suffering. One may also come off more as a protector or a philanthropist, whether they're being genuine or not, whether it's for their own self-interest to gain, or whether it's for, to truly help someone. Either way. Now, depending on where you have placements is where, you're going to be working on this. You're going to be receiving a blessing as it pertains to this. You could be, just to run through it quickly, like Pisces and Cancer placements between 13 and 19 degrees. They'll see the blessings. Virgo and Capricorn placements between 13 and 19 degrees is where the opportunities and assistance are received or granted, and that'll have to do with like career, work, your health, your daily routines, where you are of service to another person. The challenge is where you have placements between 13 and 19 degrees of Aquarius and Leo. I'd say Taurus too. No, not Taurus. I just really say Scorpio and Leo. If you have placements between 13 and 19 degrees of Scorpio and Leo and Aquarius, you're working on being kind, selfless, and more tactful. Maybe someone comes to alleviate your suffering, or you're tasked to do that for someone else, or you're tasked to be a philanthropist or protect someone else. Show someone generosity, whether you're doing it or not. Maybe you promised to do it, so you got to do it, or it just all depends on your placements. But that's what we're dealing with for that couple of hours, starting at 1:55 up to 3:55. Okay. Now, by 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the moon at 20 degrees will trine 20 degrees of Scorpio. will trine the North Node in Pisces. Remember, the North Node is retrograde, so we could be dealing with a situation that's established or a situation that, you wanted previously or you've wanted for some time or something like that. It's a goal. It's a higher goal. It could be something behind the scenes that you want, something that's a secret. Where you have placements between 17 and 23 degrees of Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, you're privy to this blessing. And under these energies, one can be fast, powerful, passionate, and flexible, maybe even clinging. Tap into your willpower to avoid laziness and being angry. Constraints and hardships can be overcome under these energies from 10 p.m. to midnight. Thanks for sticking around for the daily astrological update, and I'll check back with you guys next week on Tuesday. Enjoy your weekend. Bye.